Okay, we'll go ahead and resume. Do we have tribal health in the waiting room?
Hasquext.
With your information regarding the R&R contract?
Correct. Am I ready to go on?
Yes.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Tribal Council members. Our presentation, I guess the request begins on page 23. We are requesting essentially a contract modification to the contract with R&R Construction to add some additional work as they start breaking into walls and tearing into ceilings. We found some issues that need to be addressed as part of that construction project. So we are asking for a contract modification to add additional work and additional dollars to that existing contract to complete the construction project. As you recall, this is to add what are they called? Negative pressure rooms to the dental and medical clinics in both St. Ignatius and Polson. The total contract amount is above the threshold, so we need tribal council approval to modify that contract.
And that amount is 6,780?
That is correct.
Okay, are there any questions for Joe? Go ahead, Mike.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Joe, I was just looking at the information says they're building a couple walls. How big are these $1,500 walls?
I am Mike. I'm the third string. I haven't been involved in the day-to-day construction, but I think essentially what they're doing is tearing out the walls or covering up some walls. Yeah, I can't answer that, Mike. I just haven't been involved in those construction projects.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the modification? Okay, motion by Mike to approve modification to contractor agreement 21-214 with R&R Building Productions LLC. Second by Charmel. All those in favor? Motion carried with Carol out of the room.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Tribal Council members. Travis Fisher is presenting on behalf of Dr. Pitts. They have a TEA request for a dental tech or dental assistant. Travis, are you on?
I am. Is my audio working there, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. Madam Chair, council members, thanks for your time this morning. I'm here with Dr. Amy Gustafson and on behalf of Dr. Gary Pitts. In early September, we suffered a tragic loss of a staff member, and we are seeking to fill that position with a TEA. We're drastically low on staff right now. And part of that TEA thing is a background investigation through the DMV. We're working with Cynthia Matt on that, and it's just taking an extensive amount of time to work through that process. So Dr. Pitts is requesting a waiver of that DMV investigation and getting the TEA position filled stat. And visiting with Miss Matt, the person that we're looking at filling this position with on a TEA is a previous dental employee of. They had an adjudicated background investigation as soon as early as July of 2019. So it seems like should be a rather innocuous movement, but we are seeking permission to waive that and to try and get that TE position filled prior to the DMV background investigation being returned to Cynthia.
Thank you, Travis. Carmel?
First, I want to express my condolences. I am very sorry that we've lost and are suffering as we have the loss of that individual. And I understand your need, your dire need there. So I will make a motion to temporarily lift that requirement for DMV background check with, and what I mean by that is that it would still be completed, but that you could move forward until such time as it's completed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Travis, just kind of unrelated to the waiver, in the contract, it says that under the term of the agreement is for 319 days. I was wondering why 319 days?
I'm not sure what conversation Dr. Pitts has had with personnel on that, other than at times it can just take us longer than it wants to get the permanent position advertised also. So I think he just didn't want to make it too narrow of a window where all of a sudden our TEA contract would expire prior to getting that position filled permanently.
No, I can understand that. It's just that it's the dates go from 18 October to 17 October, so it's a full year. I just didn't understand the 319 days.
Yes, I'm not sure either, Councilman.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Anita.
So would this, my question would be, would they take and re-advertise at the end of this year to allow other people who might have obtained a degree or something to apply for this job after this year?
Yes, Madam Chairwoman, to try and answer that to the best I can, we are working with personnel to advertise that position for a full-time permanent position. And so yes, the TEA would be terminated upon the hiring of our filling of that position. And we're trying to do that as soon as possible.
Okay, very good. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimous. With Carol out of the room. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Madam Chair, council members. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too. Okay, next up we have Ruth Sweeney.
Wishing. So on page 61 in your packet, you'll notice that agenda request did include a previous issue, which you've already resolved, which was amending the MOU for Ngusum. So we're just dealing with the modification to the total budget allocations. On page 62, the resolution that explains the changes from the enacted amounts as we began fiscal 2022. So increasing the general fund by the 181,000, the 50,000 you just approved for that purchase of equipment for preservation. The Health and Human Services is spending authority for Indian Health Service amounts awarded to tribal health. And in natural resources, we needed to increase a program in the department that had been omitted from the first budget submittal for that program. The biggest part of the increase is going to be adding in the contracts and grants allocations. Once we begin the fiscal year, the Contracts and Grants Office will determine the amounts available for all of those contracts and grants programs under their administration. So that increase of 7.1 million for the total increase of 7.3 million, and the total allocations now revised to 148,114,867.
Modification 1 to the fiscal 2022 budget.
Second, Madam Chair.
Motion by Martin, second by Ellie. Anita, did you have something?
No, I was just going to make a second. That's fine, Madam Chair.
Okay, sorry. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries unanimous. Carol, out of the room.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. So we're a bit ahead of schedule. Legal isn't scheduled till 10:45, and we do have a change of duty authorized for the procession of Chief Oldperson coming through. So, and I believe they're leaving St. Ignatius at 10:30. So they should come through here about 10:45. So maybe if we can, did you guys want to participate in that? Yeah, okay. 20 minutes and then we can go. Okay, we'll go out of regular into executive.